Hello, I'd just like to speak to you about the side bending forms from Guitar Templates. They are cut from 18mm MDF. They're all CNC machines, so they're very accurate. The profile for the sides is always inset to allow for the thickness of the blankets and the steel slats and the wrapping, etc. on your sides. They come with a profiled caul for the waist, and when they're fully assembled they look like this. It tells you on the front which guitar shape it is, and these have been designed to work in the LMI bending machine. The reality is, so long as they can sit on a bass, you could make your own bending apparatus if you like, but if you happen to have an LMI bass and all the gear that goes with it, these will just drop straight on and they will locate in these notches along the bottom. When they come, they'll be flat packed like a piece of IKEA furniture. There will be 4 sections which constitute the shape of the bender, and they will have the name of the form on the outside. That's only on this one piece, the others 3 are all the same. There are 3 holes drilled, they're all aligned. All 3 of them, when they come, will have 6mm diameter holes. It's going to be necessary to drill the holes in the front panel and also in the back panel out to 9mm before you start. The forms are held together with 3 6mm threaded rods, and we supply these nuts to go on them. And the reason you need to drill these out to 9mm is so that they will sit in there flush. So that's the first thing to do, is to drill those out. The form itself is then assembled using, you'll be provided with 9 of these little spacer blocks, so 3 blocks in 3 sets of 3 to keep everything spaced nice and evenly. So the rod through there, a spacer block on it, another rod, more spacer blocks, next layer, spacer blocks, until it's ready to be tightened up. Now, before you go doing that, it would be a good idea to glue the this doesn't need gluing, by the way, the bolts just hold it all together. The form will come in 7 pieces. There are 3 bits in the middle. They've got this extra lug on the top which allows them to be clamped into the overhead part of the clamping mechanism to clamp the waist down, and we sit 2 others on either side of it. So these 7 end up exactly the same width as the form. In order to glue them together, they have a 6mm hole all drilled in the same place. So the way I do it is I slide them on, a little bit of glue at either end. You don't need a lot of glue. Oh, by the way, one of them has got the name of the bender form. In this case it's a Grand Symphony 12 string, and an arrow pointing towards the neck end of the guitar. So it should really be the first one that we put on, and then we follow it with a second one of the same shape, and then we put on the 3 in the middle that have the extra lug on top. Make sure they're all around the same way. Whoops. And if you use the one of the threaded rods that we give you, it'll just make the distance. Glue on there, then it's a matter of make sure they stay aligned. Put them on the side of the bench, take a clamp or 2 and simply clamp them up and let the glue dry. Again, double check that they all are nicely aligned. You don't want one of them misaligned. And give that 20-30 minutes, the glue will be set. Push out the rod. You don't need it there for when it's in use. It's only there to keep things aligned when you're gluing them up. And then you'll have something that looks like this one. That's pretty much it. It all just assembles, screws together, neat and clean. and happy building, happy bending and happy building. Thanks.